Hey everybody, welcome to Leon's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. Happy Friday night. Looking at another saw for Bob, no jokes. Bob is a great customer, good friend, and yes, I work on a lot of saws for him. This is Super XL 925. The UT tag is worn down on this. Looks a lot like a Terry built saw, just by the tag itself. A lot of these were built in Canada. That's what that means. Terry Industries was the Homelite division in Canada, out of, I believe, Ontario. Anyway, this saw needed a little bit of work, not a hell of a lot. Bob had gotten into it a fair amount. What I did discover was mostly on this side of the engine. Make sure the camera is still with us. The clutch drum was completely shot. Well, close enough to completely shot. That's the point you're going to start causing problems. So that guy goes in the garbage. Got a nice new rim sprocket set up on here. This is a powerful enough saw. I went ahead and put an 8-tooth rim. So as long as somebody's not running more than about a 24-inch bar on it, this is going to cut fast. You could hear it sounded real good. Compression is phenomenal. I didn't put a gauge on it, but I guarantee this is north of 150 psi, no problem. Needed a fuel line, that's pretty standard, but the one in the tank was still good. So the way this works, you've got a molded tank, or a molded fuel hose that snaps into the tank, and it has the hose that drops down with a filter attachment. And this little steel pipe jams in there. Well, this molded hose is its own grommet. I sell kits to replace this, but if you don't need to, there's no reason to. This hose is perfectly flexible, so I just replaced the bad section right through here, and we're good to go. The muffler was the piece that really, when I got it in trying to bolt it up, was in bad shape. For starters, the back here, the flange, you can see that there's a hole right there, and I don't know if the video will show that, but I'm bending that by hand. It was all out of shape and didn't look quite right, so I put it on the bench grinder with a wire wheel and to take the old gasket off, and it's just coming apart. It's distorted around the edges, sure sign that it's been rusted shut and somebody's pried it open. Same thing with the cover here, it's very thin. You can see where the bolts have started to wear through the holes. The cover could be used. I'm not going to pitch this. I'll send this back with Bob for putting on the shelf, but the flange is bent down over here, and with a new base it would have just been goofy not to put a proper cover on since I had it in stock at a reasonable price. Seemed like the thing to do. So anyway, spark plug, starter rope, starter handle. This is a late enough model. It's got the one-piece electronic ignition. A lot of these had a three-piece that had a transformer underneath the flywheel itself, a pickup coil out here, and then another coil piece that mounted kind of up above that. This is not like that. This has got the one-piece module. There's, late model style electronic ignition. So few things still need to go back together. The deflector here, that's to control any spit back from the carburetor. Choke lever, need to put a duckbill valve in the fuel cap, kind of that standard stuff. But Bob, as you can hear, it is running, and I think you're going to be happy with this saw.